Alright guys, welcome back. Tonight we're going to be doing biscuits and gravy. Just going to be using Grand's home-style biscuits. Going to get those laid out on a tray here. We got the oven preheating. And for tonight, for the sausage, we're going to be doing... Some people do ground sausage. I'm going to be doing just the patties. Dripping a little bit of water there. I got them over here thawed in some warm water. I like the patties better because you can just put them right there on your biscuit. Put the gravy over the top of it. And it's just better than grinding it up. So I'll be right back with you when I get these biscuits laid out. Alright, so we got our biscuits laid out. Just a little bit of non-stick spray there on the pan. 8 biscuits tonight. I probably won't eat them all. Probably eat about 4 and eat the rest for breakfast tomorrow. Oven's just about preheated, ready to go in. Let's get that sausage going. Alright, so our skillet is getting hot. It's about time to throw them on there. Get a little bit of a sizzle on there. Got the skillet turned up to high. I think we can fit all of them on here. Might have to squeeze them around and make some room. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. Probably going to get yelled at for using a fork on my pan again, but it'll be alright. I ain't worried about it. Alright, we got the sausage in there, browning on one side. We'll flip them here directly. I have the oven is ready. I'm waiting for these to get closer done before I throw these biscuits in there. The biscuits are only going to take about 15 minutes. These will probably take just a tad bit longer. And then I'm going to show you guys how to make the gravy when this is all finished. Hopefully tonight, usually when I do sausage, this alarm over my head goes off. Let's hope it doesn't happen tonight. Alright, so we got our biscuits in. Let me turn that vent off. We got our biscuits in the oven. I moved our pan over to this burner because the other one's a little bit smaller. And they just, as you can see, they weren't really cooking evenly all around. This is a bigger burner, so I'm hoping they'll cook more even on this side of the stove. Alright, let's kill the vent. So the sausage is starting to brown real nice. It's turning out real nice. We got the pan nice and hot. They'll be ready here in just a second. Peek at these biscuits. Coming up real nice. They probably got about 10 minutes left to go, maybe 15. Alright guys, so our sausage is just about ready to come off of there. They fight like cats and dogs, but they're just cats. So what I was saying is usually I would take and put some paper towels down, soak up some of this grease, get all of that off of there. You know, old forgetful me. It seems like every video I forgot something so far. I forgot paper towels at the store. So what I'm doing, I don't know if this is going to work. Never tried this before, but I took a paper plate and just poked some holes in it with a knife. Put another paper plate underneath it, and I'm going to hope some of that drains off down underneath there. If not, oh well. Alright guys, so when you make gravy, people think it's, if you don't know how to make gravy, people think it's really hard. It's the most simple thing you'll ever make if you know how. 3 simple ingredients. Tonight we're going to be doing probably about a stick and a half of butter. Okay, so I use the half stick, so it's just about a full stick. I've used a little bit off of this one, that's why we're going to use 2. A little flour, all-purpose flour, and some milk. Very simple, very easy. I'm going to show you how we do that. Alright, so first things first, you're just going to throw your butter in a skillet. Let that start. Actually, left my fork over here in the microwave with the sausage. We're going to turn your heat down. You don't want it to be just terribly hot. Just enough you want to melt that butter down. So when this all gets melted down, then we will add flour to it. I'm going to show you guys how we're going to do that and what that does and everything. I'll explain that as we get there. Alright, so that butter is just about all the way melted down. I was going to let you watch it do a time lapse to just speed up the process. Everybody likes to watch butter melt. Sorry, got my words twisted there a little bit. But that was going to take a lot of editing and lots. I didn't feel like doing that tonight. I'm just ready to eat these biscuits and gravy. So this is how we're going to do it. Yeah, you hear that fork scratching on that pan, don't you? I'll hear about that one later. Biscuits are just about done. They're just now getting to that golden brown stage. So our butter here, we're going to turn that heat way down now that it's all the way melted. You're just going to throw some flour in there. There's real no good measurement to it for how much you want on there. You're just going to add flour to it. Add a little bit, stir it in. Some people do this with their leftover grease. I've done it that way before. It's okay. There's no real big difference, I guess. I just like it better this way. With the milk and the butter, it's just a little bit more creamy, if you ask me. Make sure you get all that butter in there. So you see that's still a little bit of a liquid. What you're looking for is kind of like we just made a mess. A soft mashed potato consistency. That's what kind of the consistency you're looking for. I'm going to show you why, because you're going to get this mixed up here. We're going to need more than that. Come on now. You don't want to overdo it though, which it doesn't really matter. You can. You're just going to have to use more milk at that point. If you got your butter, if you do it just slowly adding it in and mixing it in, you will get there faster that way, if you ask me. That's just how I always did it. If you want to just add a whole big old thing of flour in there and have to restart, then do what you want to do. I know y'all don't listen to me no how, so if we did, this place would be a lot better off, Vote J Sutton 2032. Some of y'all might remember that. That would have been y'all's worst mistake, I can tell you that. Oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that on air, I guess. So we're almost there. You're almost to that good mashed potato consistency. It's a little more liquidy than what you would like still. So I'm going to just do just a sprinkle more of flour. Not very much at all. Just kind of get it all soaked up in there. Just keep stirring it in. It starts to kind of get to like a doughy mix. If you kept adding it, you could probably make it into a dough and roll it out if you wanted to. We're not going to go that far. My heat is on just a low simmer right now. Don't want it on too much because this stuff would start to burn. Remember, all this is just butter and flour right now. I guess you could eat it if you wanted to. I would. It's probably not going to taste very good. I don't know. So we're pretty close to what we want here. Now we're just going to add a little bit of milk. And this is vitamin D whole milk. I don't use none of that 2% crap. I don't use no almond milk, none of that crap. We use real milk around here. So you're just going to stir this in little by little. We're going to need a lot more than that probably though, Jeremiah. So let's just keep adding in here. You might have to break open that other thing of milk. It's all up to you really if you... Well, we're going to make a mess. I got to learn how to stop making a mess when I stir. But you can see now it's starting to turn into that gravy look. The more milk you add, the more liquidy your gravy's going to be. The less milk, obviously, it's pretty simple. It's going to be more thicker. For me, I kind of like a more thicker gravy. I'm not real crazy about just a real runny gravy. I'm going to put it on biscuits. Speaking of which, let me check those. Let's pull them out of there, guys, while we got you on here. So they're a nice golden brown, looking really good. Bringing them out the oven. We're going to let them set here. Let's keep stirring this in here. We're getting pretty close. It's kind of soaked up all that milk. Gonna add just a little bit more. We're gonna get there slowly but surely. Like I said, if you want to just add a bunch and go all the way in at one point, you can do that, but that's not how I do it. So still a little bit too thick for my liking. Gonna finish off that milk there. Might have to use the other one, we might not. Let's see how we get there. I think that'll just about do it probably right there. By the time we get it all mixed up and good. So you are going to want to season this. Obviously, I'm going to add salt and pepper. Not a whole lot of salt, more pepper than salt. The sausage is going to be pretty salty itself. You got to remember that. You're going to add that on there. If you like high cholesterol, then by all means, just throw you a bunch of salt in there. Most of my stuff, I salt pretty heavily, but with the sausage, I find that if you add a lot of salt into your gravy, it does get a little bit more on the salty side. And so we got a good, nice consistency here. Nice and creamy, but it's also got a little thickness to it. You can see there. It's kind of almost like a pancake mix. You could probably fry that up and turn it into a pancake if you wanted to. I'm not really exactly sure how you make pancakes. Maybe that'll be another video. So set that right there. A little salt. Let's see, find my pepper up here, wherever it ran off to. Pepper, pepper, pepper. There it is, way off in the back. So I'm going to go pretty heavy with the pepper. I like a lot of pepper in my gravy. So pretty heavy with it. Mix it up real nice and well. Probably gonna add more than that, honestly. Let's go. I bet you guys didn't. Oh, the fork almost slipped away on us right there. We're going down like the Titanic. I bet you guys didn't know Titanic was an inside job, but hey, that's for another video. Anyways, got almost enough pepper. I like I said, I like a lot of pepper. Do it how you want to do it. So let's sprinkle a little bit more in. I like a pretty thick pepper in there. I guess whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Pepper flakes. I like to see a lot of it in my gravy. It lets me know it's actually gravy and not just some weird milk paste. So let's got this just about ready. Let's get one of these things plated up with some biscuit and a sausage and some gravy, and I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, so let's see here. Let's move this fork. We'll just set it on top of that pan. That'll be alright. The fork's not going to really get the gravy scooped up good enough for you, so let's see. Now you can see why I prefer the patty sausage over just ground sausage, because I can pile this gravy on there and I can turn it into a sandwich. You know, you could even throw some egg on this or whatnot. I didn't feel like doing eggs tonight with this video, but you could do that if you want. Just throw it on there. Look at that. Now that just, doesn't that look great? Especially for someone like me. I like a little breakfast for dinner type thing. Let me get you turned around here, guys. So as I was saying, guys, you know, breakfast is probably one of my favorite meals no matter what time you're eating it. This way it seems to be easier. Some people like their biscuits and gravy. They cut them up and eat them, you know, however they want. This is pretty simple for me, how I like to do it. It makes a nice little sandwich. Let's see if we can take a bite of this without making a mess. So there you have it. Sausage on the inside, gravy. Yeah, that's pretty good. I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't know how good it was going to taste. So that's all it is for today, guys, really. Biscuits, gravy, a few sausage patties. You can do ground sausage if you want. Like I said, I like to do it a sandwich this way. Maybe throw a fried egg on there. That would really just set it all together. A little bit of jelly maybe. But it's one of the most simple meals you'll ever make, and there's not much to it. Like I said, the gravy is just butter, milk, and flour. It's real simple. You just mix them all together. Get you some biscuits browning in the oven, and you have you a nice good breakfast. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to enjoy this food. We'll catch you next time.